Misery 2 at Glanford Park, where Scunthorpe went down despite a 3-1 victory over playoff contenders Swindon. After a goalless first 83 minutes, James Collins put Swindon in front. Amazing this, though. Just 3 minutes from time, Michael Collins equalised for Scunthorpe. The home side were then awarded a penalty when Aidan Flint fouled James Alavi in the area. Mark Duffy stepped up and made it 2-1. And then, in the 7th minute of stoppage time, Carl Hawley made it 3-1 to Scunthorpe, but it wasn't enough for them to avoid relegation, while Swindon can now prepare for Brentford in the playoffs. Well, on a day of twists and turns, on the final day of the season in Leagues 1 and 2, the most incredible finish came at Griffin Park. Doncaster were promoted to the Championship as League 1 champions. A few could have predicted, though, what happened here. Brentford were awarded this injury time penalty and a chance to seal their own promotion with a penalty kick. Here's how one of the most dramatic turnarounds played out on Soccer Saturday.
In the last minute, he's given a penalty to Brentford. How's your bottle? It's Marcello Trotter, Jeff, who's been on as a substitute, has taken it. There was a few words between 2 or 3 players about who was going to take it. Uwe Rosler was pointing, I think, to Trotter, and he's in a crossbar, and it's come down. And Jeff, he's in a bar, he's come down, bounced about a foot over the line, outside the goal, and now they're on the Painter's breaking away. They're going to score to make it 1-0. They've scored. Coppinger has made it 1-0 at the other end. I don't believe what I've just witnessed, Jeff.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Marcello Trotter is on loan from Fulham. He's hit the crossbar with a penalty awarded. He's been the man in form. He's scored 3 in his last 4. That penalty would have sent Brentford up. The ball's rebounded. Doncaster have gone to the other end. They've scored the goal. They're going up, and they're going up as champions as well.
For them to be awarded a penalty in the last minute to work so hard throughout the game was soul-destroying. I mean, thinking that we're going into the playoffs and it's another 2 weeks on the end of the season. And then obviously he hits the bar, it breaks, and I saw Billy by himself. So I sort of ran the full length of the pitch, and I've been having a little set-to with him at the training ground about passing the ball, me passing the ball to him, and it's ironic that it falls to him and he sets me up and I score a goal, and to finish a season like that is unbelievable.
Crazy. Probably one word that describes that last minute, crazy. But that's the way football is. Sometimes the unexpected can happen, and it will certainly happen today.
So Doncaster finished top. Bournemouth's goalless draw at Tranmere means they were pipped at the post for the title. And for Brentford, it's time to pick themselves up and head to the playoffs. And they've got a week to prepare for their trip to Swindon. It's on Saturday at 5 on Sky Sports 2 HD. On Friday night, it's Sheffield United against Yeovil, 7:30 on Sky Sports 1 HD.
So, whatever Scunthorpe did, Glanford Park was going to witness a second relegation in 3 years. A late flurry of goals proving irrelevant. James Collins looked to have given Swindon some momentum as they head into the playoffs. But Michael Collins quickly responded with the first of 3 Scunthorpe goals in the final 3 minutes, which ultimately came too late for them. But even though news of Colchester's victory had filtered through to Lincolnshire, there was no lack of defiance as James Alabi forced Aidan Flint into a challenge, which allowed Mark Duffy to score as the match ticked into injury time. The Iron manager Brian Laws was in charge when they last played in the 4th tier 8 years ago, and despite Cole Hawley's even later 3rd goal, he had no excuses.
You know, and I've said to the players, it doesn't rest on this one game our season. It's about 46 games, and we just haven't been good enough over those 46 games.
Yeah, well, it's certainly been a dramatic fall for Scunthorpe from the Championship to the basement division in, 2 seasons? The writing's been on the wall for some time for your old club, hasn't it, Neil?
Yeah, I think Brian knows it's not just been the last couple of games. The last couple of months have been disappointing, really, and I think he would have expected a little bit more. But, you know, they're that type of club that wherever they go, they'll bounce back.
Yeah.
You know, they've shown that over the last few years. They'll regroup and go again.
To the rest of League One now, and Swindon will hope Brentford are still in a state of shock as they've been paired together in the playoffs. Yeovil too are preparing for post-season play. Their opponents are confirmed now as Sheffield United. Carl's here to assess how Swindon and Yeovil finished the regular season. Portsmouth fans will have your sign-off to an amazing season too. Kevin McDonald described the end of this match as a mad 5 minutes for his team, as Swindon's regular season ended with a defeat at Scunthorpe. Gary Roberts' first-half goal ruled out for offside, but they did go in front when James Collins got his 18th of the season to give Swindon a late lead. But then the 5 minutes of madness, Swindon conceding 3 times as Scunthorpe fought in vain for their League One lives.
From my playoff experience, Tony, it would be great to go into those games on the back of a win. But I've no doubt Kevin McDonald and his management staff will make sure that the players put this result at the back of their minds and make sure they're fully focused on their playoff game against Brentford, who had their own drama this weekend.